like Atlanta ain't the South. Like, there's a lot of UGK fans that got their feelings hurt today because they really love you.
This is the start of the bullshit, and excuse my language. This is when your opinion can hurt the masses. This is when one person make a statement, everybody's offended. The sensitivity factor really started to kick in around this era, and it had everything to do with these zestified rappers out here, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But everybody can't feel the way you feel. If you're not real, then you can't get mad at somebody for calling you out on you not being real, especially when they have facts. People want to ignore the facts. People do not want the truth. People want to ignore the truths. And when you have a voice of reason, everybody get upset. And to be real, Atlanta ain't the South like that. Because there's so many people from different places in Atlanta. Got people from the Caribbean. You got people from all over the country. It's a black mecca. It ain't like Dallas or Houston. And there's people from different places that go there too. But them roots is still intact. Ain't no real Atlanta roots intact. Shit, everybody like fried chicken. So the pimp was just being real and speaking the truth. But you hurt our feelings. You hurt us. And when you do stuff like that, it's dangerous because they trying to maintain the status quo. And Pimp got a whole lot of information on a whole lot of dudes in the rap game, and they was not trying to be exposed. And he on the radio, a lot of people felt threatened. Not only is you going to mess up my image, but you're going to mess up my money. And he wasn't only going at Atlanta rappers, New Yorkers, people in his own hometown. One real person can disrupt everything. And just like your boy Kwame Brown, he come out there speaking that real, and just like the homie Kwame Brown be saying, the go along, get along gang is real. And if you against that and you not rolling with the program, you a problem.
Hear what I'm telling them? I ain't dissing them. We got to check ourselves before somebody else check us. Because this would have hurt a whole lot more coming from somebody on the East Coast or from the West Coast than coming from one of our folks farther down here.
But then what you saying that we're not even from the South, like Atlanta ain't the South, like, there's a lot of UGK fans that got their feelings hurt today because they really love you.
Here's the truth of the matter. I love them too. But we got to straighten out the game. And if the statement was made in the wrong context, I apologize about that. But I meant what I was saying. Now, maybe it was heard the wrong kind of way. What I'm saying is this. Hey, man, when I get out the plane, I got to change my watch. Because I live in Texas, and I'm on Central Time.
Okay.
All right?
That's Central.
So that's my opinion. I can have my opinion.
Yeah,
you might not like my opinion, but that's my opinion.
All right, so everybody running around there basically telling Jeezy, because the magazine hasn't hit the stands, that you were pointing him out with the 17-5.
And the Meech talk.
The what?
It says the magazine's making it seem like you pointing out Jeezy with the 17-5 talk, and it says it has something
and
here about
everybody's
Meech.
blowing up Jeezy phone saying that, basically that it's about to be some beef between you and him. So, that's just the talk in Atlanta.
And the Russell Simmons.
Let me say this. There's a whole bunch of people lying. So if you want to point fingers at somebody, let's point fingers at everybody. If I was going to diss Young Jeezy, I would have came right out and said his name and dissed him. I'm not scared of no man. And the next thing is this. They need to free Big Meech because it's all circumstantial evidence. And the next thing is this. Everybody was down and everything was cool with BMF before they got busted. Everybody wants to be down with the play until they got busted. And then when it went sour, then nobody want to fly the flag no more. Am I lying or telling the truth?
I think it's because they ain't want to go to jail, though.
Yeah, but they was down when the party was going on. And
Yo, the realest thing ever. And Jeezy still getting backlash for that. You big BMF dope dealer when Big Meech is free. But now, when everybody get locked up, you ain't got nothing to do with BMF no more. That's the past. I ain't affiliated with Meech. I'm not speaking up on his behalf. I ain't doing none of that no more. And that's the same situation with Bun B. At least he had the Free Pimp C shirts on, but that was just about it. Young Jeezy did a whole 360 when BMF got locked up. And like the young lady said, well, he didn't want to go to jail. But you was repping, you was down during the good times. You was there when we was making all that money.
I'm not scared of no man. And the next thing is this. They need to free Big Meech because it's all circumstantial evidence. And the next thing is this. Everybody was down and everything was cool with BMF before they got busted. Everybody wants to be down with the play until they got busted. And then when it went sour, then nobody want to fly the flag no more. Am I lying or telling the truth?
I think it's because they ain't want to go to jail, though.
Yeah, but they was down when the party was going on and everybody was throwing money in the club. Everybody was still down. So you got to be down in the good time and the bad time. When I went to prison, Bun stayed down with me in the bad time. So when your partner go to prison, you got to stay down in the bad time and the good time. If you was Black Mafia family in the streets, when they was spending all that money in the strip club, you need to be Black Mafia family right now when everybody getting indicted. And let me say it again. If I was going to diss somebody, I'm going to say their name to their face, and a fight go with that. So now, I ain't diss Young Jeezy, because Young Jeezy ain't the only one spitting fake dope prices. I'm dissing everybody lying about selling drugs that ain't touched a damn truth.
All right, what's up with the Russell Simmons comment?
What about it?
I mean, it's basically saying that he's a
Okay.
Now,
That's kind of self-explanatory.
now that's dangerous when you calling people out. Russell Simmons, married with kids at the time, a businessman. This before it was cool to come out. And I ain't saying that I don't know. But according to Pimp C, he was on a low or whatever the case was. Now, people was real sensitive during this time. Because now, if somebody came out, they probably get a check for that. Or they could have a whole lot of support. The support system wasn't really in place like that. Because Obama wasn't the president yet. After Obama, that's when the bomb went off. And everybody was just out and open with it. Hey, you know what? That's cool. People living their truths. I'm not knocking that. But to be exposed then was about 100 times worse than it would be to be exposed now.
But Mr. Pimp C, basically, do you think, all right, Bun held it down. There were a lot of, quote unquote, fake rappers supporting the UGK movement while you were locked away. Do you think that your comments are going to ruin some of the relationships that Bun B made since you guys are a group and they wish that you as a group?
If these is real people, they won't let my statements affect their relationships with Bun.
Okay.
But I got a lot of relationships with a lot of people I don't respect, I don't like, I don't want to work with. When I get ready to do my album and I'm calling you and calling you and calling you, and you don't call me back, and that means you're not down with helping me get my thing together. But when it's time to do your album, you call me and I had a record back within 24 hours. That means I'm being a real what?
Never.
Exactly. So now, guess what? If you want to charge Bun B $50,000 for a verse and then try to come back to me and pay me $1 to get me on your album, guess what you are? You fake and you garbage. If you was a cartoon character on your first album, then you need to be a cartoon character on your last.
But why would they do that, though? Why would they even play Pimp C like that? Shouldn't Bun be speaking up for him? Like, yo, how you gonna charge me this much and then you gonna try to play my homie and give him $1? Why Bun even affiliated with these people if they not keeping it real? If they not in support of the homie like that, that's supposed to be your man's. You not riding for this man? And why would you have to ask him, do you think these relationships would affect the relationships that Bun B have with these people? Who gives a... I thought they was a group. I thought they was on a team. That's like who a rap group now? Quavo beefing with Lil Baby, but Offset is doing songs with Lil Baby. Like, what? All that shit y'all talking about and y'all supposed to be a squad, it's all fraudulent. That's like, and I don't mean to hold y'all, but it's just hard for me to understand. How can they be so divided when they supposed to be in a group? That's like if 50 Cent beefing with Rick Ross and Rick Ross got Lloyd Banks on his album. What type of that don't make no sense.
Now, let me say this. That's why I'm calling in to let it be known that things I say don't need to reflect on my brother. He can have a relationship with them dudes all he wants to. is, if you fake and you abroad, and we go to a club somewhere and somebody jump on me, you ain't gonna help me fight no way.
Yeah.
You gonna run. I don't need to be friends with you. And the next thing is this, if I ain't never had a personal phone number on you, I gotta call your personal assistant to get to you. No flash, you ain't my friend in the first place.
Respect.
I'm down with Outkast, the Good and Mild, the whole Dungeon family. I'm down with Jeremy Faith. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with Lil Jon. I'm down with people that get back in touch with me after I call them, man. If I'm calling you to do some work, and you don't get back with me, then you a fraud. All you gotta do is call me and tell me you don't want to get on the record with me, and that's cool.
Right.
Hey, Pimp, what's up with, the new rappers? They may start to say, well, I have heard people say that you mad because of the new generation is on a whole new movement. What do you have to say about that?
Hold on. That's what she wanted to say. That whole statement was just nothing but shade. What about these new rappers? What new rappers? If y'all calling names the whole interview, be specific about who you talking about. This is just something that's coming out her mouth that she just conjured up in her mind, thinking that, oh, Pimp C mad because he washed up, and you got these new rappers out here not giving that man his proper respect, and not paying homage to that man, even ask a stupid ass question like that with straight disrespect. And that's what he mean, people in the A feeling themselves because y'all got songs on the radio and stuff, and y'all ain't even keeping it real. Well, you just mad because you ain't lit right now. It ain't about being lit. It's about who's real and who's not. Listen to her stupid ass question, man.
I'm down with people that get back in touch with me after I call them, man. If I'm calling you to do some work, and you don't get back with me, then you a fraud. All you gotta do is call me and tell me you don't want to get on the record with me, and that's cool.
Right.
Hey, Pimp, what's up with, the new rappers? They may start to say, well, I have heard people say that
they might start to say, oh, well, I have heard people say. You ain't heard what they might do and what they already did. It's two different things.
On the record with me, that's cool.
Hey, Pimp, what's up with, the new rappers? They may start to say, well, I have heard people say that you mad because of the new generation is on a whole new movement. What do you have to say about that?
Who are the new rappers?
I guess like
There's
a
new
T.I.
rappers, period.
and a Jeezy and all the one-hit wonders out here.
Yeah, there's a
They
lot.
would say
You
because
think T.I. is a one-hit wonder?
No. We talking about like
the new
Okay,
artists.
but you see how it works?
Yeah.
Like, you see how your words can get mixed up? Like, you see how somebody can write something and then people take it the wrong way?
Yeah.
He was about 10 steps ahead of her ass. She trying to be slick, and she over there running her mouth talking crazy. Don't know what the hell she talking about. He caught her ass real good. Oh, no, not T.I. Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that.
Is on a whole new movement. What do you have to say about that?
Who are the new rappers?
I guess like
There's
a
new
T.I.
rappers, period.
and a Jeezy and all the one-hit wonders out here.
Yeah, there's a
They
lot.
would say
You
because
think T.I. is a one-hit wonder?
No. We talking about like
the new
Okay,
artists.
but you see how it works?
Yeah.
Like, you see how your words can get mixed up? Like, you see how somebody can write something and then people take it the wrong way? Now, do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, now, let's back up. Now, the new rappers, who are they?
Well, since you were away and came out, there's T.I., there's Jeezy, there's Flip, and who else? Let me name some damn rappers.
I mean, the
Young
list
Jock,
goes on.
the list
Dro,
goes
Young
on.
Jock, Dro.
The list goes on, but they're saying that since you were a part of the old game, that you don't respect the newer rappers on the scene.
I could have swore I was on T.I.'s album explaining what the King of the South was, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could have swore I just did a song with Young Jeezy called a Dickie song that didn't come out. And every time he commented to do something, I did it for free and never charged him no money. I could have swore that after Crime Mob took my freestyle off the Lil Chick's mixtape and put it on their album, I didn't even sue him or do nothing to him. I could have sworn that every time I get in an interview, I'm taking up for these dudes when it's some New York dudes or some LA dudes trying to diss them. I mean, show me one place where I talk down on Young Jock. Show me one place where I talk down on these dudes in a way to say that they not supposed to be in this game, they not supposed to be getting money. My thing is this. I want us to continue getting money for the next 15 years instead of falling off and letting it go back to the west or to the east because we're not not putting no social commentary into the records. And the truth be told is, look, hey man, if you started being a gangbanger after your first or your second album, you a buster.
See, this is what the pimp didn't realize then, because when all this phony shit started, was that the game ain't gonna go back to the west or the east, because I hate to say this, but a lot of people in the west and the east not about to do that type of music all day, every day, without no social commentary and without nothing to it. Even with gangster rap, they slipping some real shit in there. Or a gangster album, they got some real songs on there with some social commentary that have you thinking like, damn, I don't want to be no gangster. East Coast music, even if they is lit and they rapping about the block, they still got songs about struggle and pain and things that they had to go through. You can't get an East Coast artist to do straight up Laffy Taffy for a whole album with no social commentary. You can't even get a whole lot of dudes in the South to do that. But the go along, get along gang is willing. And you can find a whole lot of that in the A-Town. And that's the reason why the A-Town been on the top for the longest. All boy colleges and schools and stuff. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, when it comes to the culture of rap, who gonna shine their shoes the best and who can make the clickety-clack sound better? Who gonna shuck and jive and do a better dance? All these ringtone rappers with their new lit dances. This Pimp C was trying to prevent this from happening before it even happened. He was trying to stop it. He seen where it was going. And now that he ain't here no more, man, the game is lost. But he tried, though. I salute you, Pimp. Because you put everything on the line to get hip-hop back on track. And that's why I asked, did Bun B sacrifice this man for the music industry? And I ain't saying he killed him. I'm not saying he drugged him. I ain't saying he had nothing to do with this man's death. But when you don't stand by somebody, when they in the war, you abandon ship and you know they shooting shots, and you ain't got nothing to say, you ain't take his side, you ain't have his back. Let's just hypothetically say it was a sacrifice. They'd be like, well, shit, if you got to get Pimp C, we're going to have to get Bun B too. And that's going to be an impossible cover-up because they ain't at the same place at the same time every time. And if they both just so happen to pass away around the same time, that's going to look real, real suspicious. But since this man on the island all by his goddamn self, then we can get him no problem. And Bun ain't going to have nothing to say about it. When we ask Bun about it, he goes, oh, it was an OD. He was overweight. He weighed like 500 pounds and he wore a XXX shirt. And he didn't work out when he was in jail. So that's what contributed to his passing. I'm just saying, y'all. Let me get back to this.
Get money. My thing is this. I want us to continue getting money for the next 15 years instead of falling off and letting it go back to the west or to the east because we're not putting no social commentary into the record. And the truth be told, and you read every statement I made in there, and if you find a place in there where I lied about somebody, you research it. Y'all give me a call back and I clarify what I meant.
There it is, Pimp.
Now guess what? Now let me say this, and I want it to be clear. I'm not apologizing for what I said. I'm clarifying what I meant by what I said.
Right. Okay.
We all know Atlanta the South. We got to start acting like it's the South. And we got to start having some pride like it's the South. And let me say this. Y'all might not like this because a lot of people don't like stuff. But ATL is considered to be the gay capital of the world right now. And y'all got clubs over there with boys standing in the parking lot kissing on the mouth. And you know, if you're gay and you're out of the closet, that's cool because everybody, it was a bunch of things I could have said about a bunch of people and I could have really, really dissed and hurt some feelings. Now, don't you know that?
Yes, sir.
Because I know who the gay rappers is. I know who let them models stick them dildos in them, and I know who did what, where, when, and why.
Wow.
So
Do you feel like expressing that right now?
Yeah,
Go ahead, no.
say this again.
If you feel like saying it, go
Say
ahead.
this again. I'm proud of all the rappers in the South. I'm proud of everybody selling records in Atlanta. But everybody ain't my friend, and I don't like all y'all rappers. Now, if you want to diss me and get on with me, go on and do it. But the difference between me and them other dudes is this. You going to diss me, and I'm going to come see you, Jack. You going to diss them other dudes, they going to play lip wrestle with you. So if you want it, man, come on with it. If you want it with me, come on with it. Leave Bun out of it, and we going to see in the end, because you going to smell my cologne. Insimiyaki, on some Bond number 9, because but I do not play.
That's the same phone I wear.
That's not a sanctuary, because we keep God first in everything we do.
Hey, Pimp.
Yes, sir.
Do you mind expressing any of those rappers you was talking about? Them sugar sausages?
Oh, man.
I want to know them.
Fruity ass trying to get this man caught up. Trying to get him caught. He trying to end the conversation. Already done said too much. And they egging him on. Come on, Pimp. Say a name. Say mention one more of them. As if he ain't already say enough, man. They ain't had his man best interests at heart. He trying to be real with y'all and have real conversation. The whole interview, y'all derailing him into some sucker shit. That ain't got nothing to do with what he trying to say. Well, what if they say you a hater? Ain't nobody said nothing. He trying to speak his truth and keep it moving. It's these interviewers that derail you into saying some unnecessary stuff, man. And Pimp was smart. He said what he wanted to say, but they was trying to, the way they narrated it made it seem like it was 10 times worse than what he was trying to get across.
Gay rappers you know about?
Now, man, it's no need to embarrass nobody that ain't done nothing to us.
Respect.
But if you gay, man, and you ashamed of it, you need to stop doing stuff you're ashamed of. Anything done in the dark gonna come to the light. I ain't gotta expose them, because they exposing themselves every day and every night.
They sure are.
But see, you work at a radio station, and it's your job to ask me that question. And me being a real person, it's my job to know how to answer it. Ain't it?
I already
What's
know.
up? All right, Pimp.
Okay, so if you gay and you rap and you ain't and you staying in the closet, then you need to come on out of the closet and let us know who you is. Because if you ain't proud of what you do, then don't do it. And if anything you're ashamed of, you shouldn't be doing. You know who's getting caught in the Range Rover with the boy. You know what's going on in Atlanta, just like I know. You know who got caught in the Range Rover with the boy. Okay?
No, I don't really.
Nice,
You know.
crazy.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
if I know you know, because you in Atlanta.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So he just exposed Mace, the pastor, rapper, allegedly in the Range Rover with the boy. They caught his ass. Police, woo, woo, opened up the door. Tighty whities everywhere, allegedly. Now, Mace ain't want that to get out. If you know about Mason, you put him out there. What about Eddie Long at the time? These pastors were scared. He said, what on the radio? What else do he know? I wonder if he know about me. People started getting paranoid. What if he do another interview? What if he get mad one day and he sipping lean too? He like to drink and smoke, and he outspoken. Ain't no telling what he gonna say next. How far is this gonna go? What's the potential, or how many people is gonna get exposed?
Let us know who you is. Because if you ain't proud of what you do, then don't do it. And if anything you're ashamed of, you shouldn't be doing. You know who's getting caught in the Range Rover with the boy. You know what's going on in Atlanta, just like I know. You know who got caught in the Range Rover with the boy. Okay?
No, I don't really.
Nice,
You know.
crazy.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
if I know you know, because you in Atlanta.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So let me say this. All the real street people in Atlanta and all the hardcore UGK fans, I hope I have clarified what I meant by that statement.
All right, that's all.
Anybody else that don't like me or still want to hate on me, come on with it.
I think all in.
You don't want it with me.
I think in all, your fans in Atlanta just still want to know that you love them. That's all.
Hey man, guess what? I used to live in Atlanta. If I wasn't on parole, I would still live in Atlanta, and I still would have made them statements. And I'm coming back to Atlanta as soon as somebody booked me a ticket to come there and do a show.
We tried to get you to come last night.
Rest in peace, Pimp C. But I used to live in Atlanta, and I would still be in Atlanta, and then somebody had booked me back to... Too much pimping, man. Too much pimping. He must have was holding the pimp cup the whole time with that same mink on. I used to live in Atlanta, and if I was back, I'd smack a bitch tonight.
I hope I have clarified what I meant by that statement.
All right, that's all.
Anybody else that don't like me or still want to hate on me, come on with it.
I think all in.
You don't want
Come
it with
on
me.
with
I
it.
think in all, your fans in Atlanta just still want to know that you love them. That's all.
Hey man, guess what? I used to live in Atlanta. If I wasn't on parole, I would still live in Atlanta, and I still would have made them statements. And I'm coming back to Atlanta as soon as somebody booked me a ticket to come there and do a show.
We tried to get you to come last night.
I had a blowout in the rain and had to change the tire myself.
Oh, dang.
If you have a blowout and you got both your kids in the back seat and your wife driving, is you gonna jump in another car and leave them on the side of the road to go catch an airplane? To go
Oh my God. Pimp C got caught out in the rain with the mink coat on, changing tires. Hand me them damn wrenches. Y'all children, shut up back there. Let daddy fix these tires. Wait a minute, baby. Almost done. Might take me somewhere so I can get me some new cologne.
Nah.
I didn't think you would. So you know what? When that rain was coming down and we had that blowout in that Lexus and both my babies was in the back seat, I had to get out there and change that myself. Because I didn't have time to call nobody else to do it, and I was not going to leave my family on the side of the road. And anybody don't like that can eat 7,000 wee-wees and die.
There it is.
So if you don't like that, and you don't understand that, then you don't have no understanding about life. And anybody that puts this rap game or their job or anything ahead of their family or God, well, you know what? Shame on you. And guess what? Part 2 of my article is coming out next month in Ozone. So get ready to get your jaws tight again.
Can we expect to hear from you again next month issue?
You can hear from me anytime you want.
Okay, I needed y'all to hear that. Rest in peace to the beautiful brother Pimp C, man. And I made this video because when he was talking all that real talk, it wasn't not one other rapper, not one, to stand by this man. It wasn't nobody that said, you know what, I agree with Pimp C. What he's saying is real. We need to stop all this and start making some real music. It's a lot of fake stuff going on out here. Nobody stood with this man. And if somebody would have stood with him, then I believe he would still be here. Because it's like, it's a lot of people that feel like this. So it ain't just him. Why we going to target him when he ain't the only one? If we target him, we going to have to target so-and-so. And if we target so-and-so, the other person said he agreed with it. A whole nother rap group said they agreed with it. A couple of black actors came out and said they agreed with Pimp C. They standing united on this one. So it ain't like we just got to weave out that one bad apple. And if anybody should have stood with this man, it had to be Bun B. But it wasn't, though. Bun ain't do that. And I know you can't cry over spilled milk. And this is the past, but it's affecting our future. And that's why I felt like it's necessary to make this video. And Bun B, man, I love you to death. You got a family. You out here doing your thing, brother. Keep on living your life. I ain't saying that you killed. I would never say nothing ridiculous like that. That you killed Pimp C. All I'm saying is, man, you sacrificed that man's character. You should have rolled with that man. So he needed somebody to ride with him. And y'all supposed to be the illable, gillable, willable, killer, gorilla, the filler. You remember how you used to rap? All that gangster shit. But, you know what, that's Negro here nor there, man. Rest in peace to the pimp. And y'all gonna have to let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. I got so much love for y'all. And I know y'all ain't hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, but at least hit that Cash App, $ Sean Blaze Dots. And for y'all women out there looking at the video, you like, oh man, this is dangerous territory. Why is this man speaking on stuff like this? If Pimp C allegedly got for talking about this, why would he even make a video about this? First of all, I ain't saying nobody did nothing. This is just good conversation. And just in case you ain't seen none of my videos, you know I risk my life to give y'all these documentations. What, you ain't hear me? I said, You know you, Oh, I played myself there.
Risk my life to give you documentation.
Ooh, that intro was bootleg. I gotta talk to you. Oh, that outro was terrible. That ruined the whole motherfucking video. I was about to make a clean exit. Rewind, let me run that back. All you fine ass ladies out there concerned about me, wondering why I be doing these videos talking about these celebrities, and y'all know them celebrities don't like nobody talking about them. Bun be acting like a teddy bear. Call him Bun Bear. I ain't worried about his ass. And you want to know why? Because I risk my life.
Risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl.
Sean got the dots. I'm keeping it funky like some socks. Ponytail with the box, and my cell phone look like a box. Try not to get shell shocked when I start busting out the dots. I got secret videotapes.
A different future starts with you. That's why GoDaddy does more than help you find a name. You can create, sell, and get found online so any small business can make a change. We need a new generation of thinking, your way of thinking. Start different at GoDaddy.com.
So here, check the levels.
Mic check, 1, 2. Check the mic.
Well, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Oh, having that water?
We got some water right here.
I hear gave me one already.
Oh, okay. Well, you got a lot of them.
You want your water too?
Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, absolutely. Thank you, sir.
How we sounding?
Kirkland not giving us no endorsement.
No, take all that off. We got some already ready. That's what I was telling you.
Well, I know shit. He bought these out already, so I don't want to waste this shit. You know?
Okay, bet. Water's no issue. We don't even know where Kirkland's is.
Right.
I don't know who keep buying them waters. But we have them though.
What's being endorsed?
I mean, it's water. I drink this good volcanic water.
I mean, too, man. I love
That shit good. I don't know what volcanoes got going on.
Yeah. It's out there alkalized.
Some goddamn water delicious, man. That shit hit different. Feel like I've been on vacation when I drink that shit. Oh, look, if everything is working, I am too. Check this out. I'm talking to everybody who got some ears, man. I'm talking about my people right now, bro. Have you ever heard a No Limit record? You know exactly who I have in the building with me today, man. Oh my God, these men right here are titans in the music game. Several 100 million records sold and produced, all exclusively by Beats by the Pound. Come on! I got KLC in here. Come on, man. This shit don't get no greater for me. This one of them interviews where I got a million questions, but I ain't asking shit. I'm just listening. Bruh, first of all, just know that the music that y'all produced and put together with No Limit really is a soundtrack for a piece of my life that, you know, I wouldn't trade for the world. Just the excitement of going and grabbing them shits that I've been looking at in the back of them cases for months and just waiting on that shit to come out. But what was that shit like to be part of one of the biggest movements in hip-hop?
Well, before we get started, KLC the Drum Major album, P1. KLC the Drum Major, P1 is out. Get that understood.
Moby Dick, unapologetically Moby Dick. Yeah, man, go get that. We out, back like we never left, you heard me? Go get that Fiend as well, you heard me?
Hell yeah, big salute to Fiend.
Now, to answer that question, when I first got with P, it started in Atlanta at the very last Jack the Rapper convention.
We in Atlanta right now.
Ain't that some shit?
That's some shit right there. If I ever seen something.
But it's just like when we got in the mood of making these records, nothing didn't matter if it wasn't the tank. You know, we had no restrictions on our workload. The artists didn't have a say-so because the way we made records, we didn't have time to think about what you like or what you don't like.
Oh shit, that's a cold approach.
So the whole thing was, with us, just get on the beats and you're gonna be straight. And listen. And that was it.
Like we was in a straight zone that we couldn't get up out of.
No, you was singing hooks and everything.
Bro.
Yeah.
It was pretty much like the first version of Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a real army. It was a real military situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, the tank was rolling over everything, and P had the soundtrack to do it. But, like, it was just a straight synergy, a straight vibe that, I mean, like, only the Most High could create, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Hit after hit after hit after hit after hit.
And it wasn't work to us, bro. Real talk. We were having an absolute blast doing it.
Right.
Having a time of our life just doing it. Then when we found out people knew every word that we wrote, bro, I'm saying like, oh shit, we got to give them more.
Bro, look, KLC, let me ask you this. When C Murder said KLC got to be hitting hard like work, niggas in to know you. No one man's big. That's got to be one of the codes, like shouting a nigga out in the song.
Right.
Bro, that shit.
But you know something about that record, though?
Tell me everything about that motherfucker. Nigga, that shit'll make you beat the hell out of somebody. I'm talking about if it's a nigga in the club that you just don't like a little bit, don't be by me when that shit come on.
It's still making them beat the shit out of you.
Oh my God, that's just the, like if I do ever get to scrapping, I want that to come on, especially if I won. What you think I'm playing after I done won?
Locker room music.
It was like, I remember, it's out of all of the songs that we've ever recorded. I don't remember recording none of that shit but this one. There's probably two of them and this one of them. I was in the studio, right? Just chopping up records, putting them in a machine. My phone call. Nigga, you had these motherfuckers on TV talking shit? Call Magic, have a beat ready, I'm on my way. And the time it took for C to get off the phone and get to the studio, the beat was finished.
Man.
Listen, the urgency that I heard in his voice, when I went to getting into that shit, it didn't even register to me what I was doing. It just like I zoned out and I was just hitting the pads and whatever came to me, that's what I did. And I just went up the keys with it and I sat back. You know, Pete didn't allow smoking in the studio.
You smoking mine though. you smoking him.
So,
I smoke just to show you that I ain't bullshit.
When P got there, when C got there, right? He was in the booth doing the hook. And Magic was in a corner writing his verse. And I remember Magic had a cigarette. He had his pad just writing. And C was like, I'm going first. So he laid the hook, he laid his verse. When that motherfucker was finished, I sat back. First thing I did, picked up the phone, called Snoop. Nigga, I'm gonna have the hardest song on your album. Snoop was like, I don't know, nephew. Dre gave me some banging ass shit. I say, Snoop, I didn't say I was gonna have the most banging shit on your album. I said, I'm gonna have the hardest shit on your album. So we got on the phone, right? I called Silk. Dude, you need to get on this fucking record. So Silk was like, cool, pick me up from the I'm gonna pick you up from the airport. Silk picked me up from the airport. I popped the tape in, the bitch came on. Silk was like, yeah, dude, call me when you get a hit. Okay. So we get to the studio, because we did the symphony record with Snoop, right? I told Snoop about the record on the phone, but he hadn't heard it. So I was like, Snoop, we got this, after he finished doing the symphony record, I was like, I got this one I was telling you about. And he was like, nah, nephew, let's just do it tomorrow. So when he said that, I knew he was just ready to get the fuck. And I was like, well, let me put it on tape for you. So we popped tapes in, threw the faders up on the board, hit play. Zan, 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 that bitch dropped. Zoom. Oh, they went to Crip walking in that bitch. Snoop bodyguard, his nigga that he was rolling with, stood in front the door so he couldn't leave. He said, nah, nigga, you about to do this, bitch. You about to do this. But the trip part about it is, Snoop had to double back. Because they had, when they heard that, to tell Snoop, nigga, don't you know we shoot our movies and all our videos out here? Nah. you gotta bring that shit down, my nigga. Snoop verse was worse than it was for that record.
Man, I'm fucked up, right?
You gotta understand that, listen, he just left that row, my nigga. And everything that he had in him, he was letting that shit out.
That was the perfect song for it.
Yeah. And I destroyed them fucking tapes. Him and Suge made up. Cause I remember I did something with him, and him and Suge made up, and a song that I did on my album, he told me, me and Suge good, man. So just clean that shit up, you know, and just rock with it.
Yeah. You say you only remember recording 2 of them songs. What was the second one?
Was it About It?
Gotta be.
Tell me that story, bro.
Wait a minute.
No. Was it?
To my recording or making the beat?
No, recording it.
Okay.
No, making the beat was some shit. Cause I'm having issues with my daughter about this shit now.
Hold on, what?
Behind About It. My daughter did the drums on About It.
What? Wait a minute. No.
She was 2.
Hold up. Wait.
That was Shawnee Crescell.
Shawnee.
Wait a minute. But I lost this fucking How did you know that the 2-year-old could do the drums? That's a better question.
Nah, it's just like, she used to always see me work, you know what I'm saying, in the basement on the park with my grandma. So one time I was in that motherfucker working. The drum machine was to my side, my keyboard was right here. So I had the fucking music running, just trying to vibe out with the put to it. So she snuck down there, and she used to always see me on the drum machine, and she just slapped the pads. And that was the beat.
No wonder that shit sounds so good, bro. It's coming from a 2-year-old genius.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shawnee.
Yeah, but see, that's the point. When she got older, and she understood what them fucking big-ass manila folders was, which was royalty checks, she was like, oh, well, Daddy, if you say I made the beat, well, I ain't seeing no money. I was like, fuck, motherfucker,
Damn.
Yeah, you feel
So, but it had to be like that fucking No Limit Soldier though, bro.
That shit's so hard. Which one?
The first one. See, like I was telling you, we did it twice.
I know.
Well, I remember when we very first did it, P was, and that was the one you was talking about, that was on the remix.
The True album?
No, man, that was on the remix.
No Limit Soldier one.
Which one you talking about?
The one that's on the TRU album. It was on the
original. You talking about the original?
On the TRU album, right?
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And that was
My favorite No Limit Soldier verse of all time is when C Murder said, I'm a no limit motherfucking soldier till I die. We run in place and I say the same shit with a gun up in my face. I ain't scared to die, bitch. Like I said before, whole third wall. I'm from the motherfucking Cali, yo. Projects supported worldwide by drug dealers, transforming wimpy ass niggas into killers. Competition gets smoked like we smoking blunts. I take a player, hater, knock out his fucking fronts. Dope slayer, but now I'm selling CDs, a million record platinum. It used to be some quarter keys, true tattooed on my neck, bitch. That's my shit. We ready to hop into some motherfucking gangster shit. I say no limit loud, cause we ain't scared of nobody. Organized by P, or should I say John Gotti? Real niggas throw your guns up if you feel me. But if you talk shit, bitch, you better kill me. Like Skull, I'm a hood look for life. I thought I told you. We be some motherfucking no limit true soldiers. Free C Murder, man.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man.
Bro, you know that shit word for word.
Bro, it's a whole lot of them motherfuckers.
Banner told me, I'm like, Banner was like, nigga, this nigga's a fan. I'm like, man, come on now. He said, bro. Banner said, I called him and I was like, Kel want to know. He said, what? He said, bro, that motherfucker got excited.
I'm gonna tell you some of my favorite ones. Prime Suspects. Do you know my old lady? I fuck with that one. Sons of Funk, pushing inside of you. Moby, tell me about it, man. That's because it's like you a producer, but I seen you as an R&B singer from the hood.
Bro.
Like the hooks and shit is legendary to me, man.
We didn't know that, bro. Let me tell you something.
But hold on, let me ask you this before we even get to that. When you making these big ass anthems that's historic like that, like, do you you hearing this shit first? Are you do you knowing this about to fuck the game up or like change the, you know what I'm saying, change the whole wave of where this shit is going?
It was like when we made these records, man, it was like we didn't have time to actually see
the effect that shit was having.
Like right now, after over 20-some years, it's like my first time seeing the effect of what these songs did. Because you got to understand, man, like 1998 was probably one of the biggest years in hip-hop. And that year, we dropped an album every 2 weeks for an entire year. So, what, 20, let's say 20 plus songs, because 20 songs was the least.
Easily.
So if you do like, what is it, like 52 weeks in a year, right? Something like that. If you multiply 20 times 26 albums, that's over like 500 and some songs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, none of this shit sound repetitive. Like, it's some sounds that came from y'all that you never heard again, like Swamp Nigga.
He did that beat.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
bro, listen to me, my nigga. I never knew that record. Listen, like, right, I'm just finding out, like, this record, that Swamp Nigga, I didn't know it was that big.
Shit.
Let me tell you, when we was on the Legends tour, right, I'm learning some of this shit from Lightfoot, the comedian Lightfoot.
Yeah.
He used to open up to, like when he did Free Coast. I never knew that record was a hit.
Shit. The hoes did. If hoes ever could pick it up, bruh, I'm saying, these are not just songs. Like, these are timestamps in history for a certain generation of people. Like, when you say Freak Hoes, some of these women is in the church now. Oh, don't say that one. That's the one that'll make a relapse.
But we didn't know. Us, Beats by the Pound, my nigga, we didn't have a life.
Well, I want to let y'all know that y'all definitely lived up to the name. It was none of that shit is a disappointment. And every one of them songs got a different feeling. Bourbons and Lacks.
Oh, bro. Appreciate it, man. I mean, the thing is, man, first you had 5 different members. Which gave, like, P was telling you he got 31 flavors.
Yeah.
Those 31 flavors was divided by 5 men, you know, at least 5 men. That's minus, you know, K-Lou, shout out to K-Lou, DJ Darryl, you know what I'm saying, the other people we got work from. What you about to say?
Oh, so this is what I was about to say. I totally forgot that. This is a whole new generation of internet people and shit, and they don't know the whole history like that. So, Mo, tell them what it was like to be on them world-famous hits, like them hooks, the Mr. Ice Cream Man. And, like, I keep bringing up my favorite song, Pushing Inside of You, because it's just like, bro, that was when pussy still had hair on it. I said, man, I remember that shit in my life, and I want you to talk so bad. Because you was in the song, you know, I know. Man, come on, man.
Let me clear this up. I want to send a shout out to Sons of Funk.
Right. Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rico.
Bluetooth mode. Connected.
In the spirit. So I'm gonna tell you the story of that record. A lot of people think that's me, but it's not. Because it's not me. Real talk. I'm gonna clarify that for the record. Now, the thing is that we were birds of a feather. It's like it was designed by the Most High. But the story about them getting on, I remember Pete.
Bluetooth mode. Connected.
You know, say, yeah, you in charge of the R&B stuff that's coming through here, you know, because you are a vocalist coming through here. And he brought that song to me. We were still playing cassettes then, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he had a cassette player, and we were just riding around, me and Cuz. You know, he said, Cuz, he popped the cassette in, and he said, what you think about this here? That first thing I came, you know that sound how it come on?
Right.
Bluetooth mode. Connected.
I know it's gonna be good, girl. I'm like, oh my God. This nigga.
Bluetooth mode. Connected.
I'm thinking this, I'm like, this dude sounds like me on the slick one, but it's not. It's like me.
Bluetooth mode. Connected.
The song kept on playing, it just kept on going till, kept on apexing and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, check this out. You might not know this. A lot of people.
Bluetooth mode. Connected.
Make voice, if I'm not mistaken, then the lead.
Bluetooth mode. Connected.
To No Limit, they went back to Oakland. They were from the Bay Area. He
Bluetooth mode. Connected.
Because, pretty much like a little Beatle thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go into that conspiracy.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is now, so when he told me, he said, well, cuz, what you think I ought to sign him? I said, but cuz, if you don't sign them, I'm leaving. You heard me? So I'm like...
Bluetooth mode. Connected.
Material, like so far, how I started singing hooks for my cuz. And see, I already had my group called Critical Condition. That's matter of fact, me and him met before No Limit. He had his group 39 Posse. And that's how we met through
Bluetooth mode.